welcome. I'm Jen. I am going to be starting a new series all about roller skate dancing. I thought that might be a lot of fun. It's something that I want to learn how to do, and I'd like to share it with you and make some instructional videos on how we might learn how to do some cool steps in our roller skates and improve our stability, our balance, our strength, and just add a little flair to how we skate, if you're a skater like me. Now, I intend this to be very user-friendly for beginners especially. I will start out by saying I did play roller derby. I guess it was about 11 years ago, so I'm quite rusty on the old roller skates myself, though I do have a background in roller skating, having grown up roller skating my whole life. But I am truthful when I tell you I have never tried to roller skate dance. I cannot do those fun spins and kicks and jumps and other things you see really skilled and talented roller skate people doing, which is why I'm starting this new program and bringing you along on this journey with me, because maybe we can learn how to do it together, and I thought that'd be fun. So the only thing you're really gonna need to follow along with me today, a couple of things. One, you're gonna need some space for you to practice on your roller skates, which leads us to number two. You're gonna need a pair of roller skates. I'm going to insist that it's roller skates, not blades. Why? Well, number one, I do not know how to dance on skates or blades, and I've only ever really seen it skillfully done on roller skates, which I'm talking about here, quad skates, 4 wheels, not on blades. Not that there isn't people out there doing amazing things on rollerblades, and of course ice skaters have a single blade and they do some amazing things as well. So I'm not at all insinuating that it's not possible to do some of these things on blades, but I think it's probably even more difficult to do some of the things that I'm interested in doing on that than on skates. So you need space and you need skates. Optional, but very strongly recommended, especially for a new skater, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, helmet, mouth guard if you think you're gonna smash your face. Don't wanna break your beautiful smile. So that's it. Other than that, a good attitude and stick-to-itiveness would be really good too. That's a nice big word. And let's try it together. So put my skates on and see what we come up with. I think sometimes the hardest part is getting my skates on. Seriously. Okay, so hopefully you have a pair of skates and you've put them on. So let's begin, shall we? The first thing we're going to do is get comfortable in your skates. Try lifting up 1 foot at a time. 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. I think I'm gonna have to create some music to go with this program. Otherwise you're gonna get really tired of hearing me talk and maybe my wheels clicking. But get yourself comfortable wearing your roller skates. Practice, baby step. Baby step forward, baby step back. Just get the feel. What do your feet feel like in roller skates instead of in shoes? And I'm just kind of doing a little side step here. Side step, side step, side step, side step. Now, one of the things I'm going to do while I'm doing that, you'll see me bump out my hip. Bump, 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 bump. This does a couple of things. Number one, looks pretty cool, right? Bump, bump, bump. Maybe it doesn't look so cool to you. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool. The other thing it does is it forces me to put the weight and the pressure of my foot onto the outside. I'm pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. That's shifting my weight to the outside of my skate. It's preventing me from rolling away, number one. It's kind of planting me firmly on the surface, on the ground, number two. And it's getting me used to rolling my foot a little bit inside the skate. This is another reason I insisted on roller skates, quad, instead of a single blade, because you can bend your feet and your ankles much, much more freely than you can in a roller blade because it has a boot that comes up over your ankle. You don't have that range of motion and that freedom in your foot the way you do in skates. That's why skating and dancing are going to go together nicely, because you can really move those feet. Okay, so let's start with some basic roller skating moves, I guess. For those that have never roller skated before, it can be a little bit tricky to learn. You might feel, as I've often heard people say, like a baby giraffe on wheels for the first time. Don't let that discourage you. With practice, you can get good at this. But you're going to want to start slowly, carefully. Glide, glide, glide. This might be really tricky to do, depending on your space. So if you don't have a lot of space, just practice walking around a little bit and allowing your foot to kind of slide instead of just planting it firmly, until you get comfortable with the idea of lifting a foot and only having one foot planted at a time and feeling the wheels roll beneath you. That can be an unsettling feeling the first time you put on a pair of roller skates. You feel a little wobbly, a little uncertain. It's kind of like when you're on the plane and you're getting up to use the bathroom and there's this moment of turbulence and you're like, oh, in the aisle, and you're grabbing onto the seat of this person and they're like, oh, get off of me. That can be a little bit like feeling the wheels move beneath you for the first time. Don't be alarmed. Just get used to it. Just feel them out, enjoy it, and just practice gliding. To be honest with you, roller skating is much harder when you don't have a big space and you're moving slowly. So the more you practice these little movements and get comfortable with the idea of feeling those wheels turn beneath you, the sooner you'll be on your way and you'll say, like, I need to move. I can't go this slow. I want to feel myself in action. Okay, I'm being a little silly. Let's see here. So gliding, you can push out with your feet. This is what I do to get moving on my roller skates. I'm going to do this step for you. I'm going to stand back here. I'm going to lift up my right foot just a little bit and push out and away from my body. I don't want to push out and away so far that I end up doing a split and falling on the ground, but I need to open up my hips and start to get a forward momentum. And to do that, I'm applying pressure in the back, in my heels, and I'm pushing myself forward, propelling forward. The other thing is the foot that's not moving at the moment, you're going to put some weight on that foot. That's your planted foot. That's your stable foot. That's the one you can count on to help get that motion going, and then you're going to transfer the weight. Just like walking. You don't think about this when you walk because you learned how to walk as a young baby. Some people walk before they're even a year old. I applaud you. Skating's a little bit like that. You're going to think about it a lot at first, but it's just going to start feeling natural. But you're going to put some weight here on your left, and you're going to push forward on your right, and then you're going to transfer and do it the opposite way. So I'm going to try and do this real slowly. So push, 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 push. And my feet are kind of coming out. I wouldn't say at 90 degrees, because if they were coming out at a 90-degree angle, they'd be something like this, right? Do you remember this from math class? I would say if that's 90 and that's more like a 60, I'm kind of coming out at a 30, maybe 45, 30 to 45 degree angle, and I'm just pushing gently. So again, I'm going to come this direction so maybe you can see a little bit better. Kind of turning my toes out at a 30 to 45 degree angle, and then I'm sort of sweeping them back in. I don't know how well you can see this, but I lift up my foot and I'm kind of making these half circles and sweeping my feet back in. Do you see? Sweep, sweep, sweep. So this is a very good beginner move to learn, to practice getting comfortable, practice lifting up your feet, transferring your weight, work on your balance, and just get a little glide happening. Okay? So just practice that. Really, the truth of the matter is just get comfortable on your wheels And soon you'll be gliding across the floor. So if you're at the beginning stages where this is your first time putting on roller skates, all I want you to practice doing is walking around in them, feeling them beneath your feet, feeling the weight, transferring your strength and your balance, engage those core muscles, march in place if you have to, march quickly, and then just practice trying to move. Instead of at a march, we're gonna glide. Maybe do a few circles in one direction. The first way, try this for a little while. When you're comfortable, change directions. Go the other way. And feel your feet glide and start to feel what that feels like. The other thing you might see me do once in a while in this video, I use my toe stops. Now, I will note, many people that I see skate dance in videos, especially on YouTube where they're really good at it, remove their toe stops so that they have more range of motion in their skates, especially in the front when they're doing some cool stuff on their toes. Maybe we'll get there. For now, I highly encourage you, leave your toe stops on, because one thing that quad roller skates do not come with is a brake in the back. There is no brakes on the back of these roller skates. In roller blades, there's usually on at least one boot. It's usually the right one. There is one brake, so you can push back on your heel to stop. You can't do that in these roller skates. There's nothing back here that's gonna slow you down or stop you. You have to learn other ways of stopping. And no, it's not what you might have just thought, where you roll forward and plant your toes down. Guess what? You're gonna face plant. There's other ways to stop, and we're gonna go over those as well. For now, I don't want you going so fast that you have to worry about trying to stop. We're just gliding gently. We can just roll to a stop. But those toe stops, while you're learning how to skate, can help you get the rhythm of lifting your foot, propelling yourself. You can lean on those, kind of like training wheels, just to get that feeling of grip and push, grip and push. So if you need to do that at first, do it a little bit, but I don't want you to rely on it too much that you become habit, so that one day if you do take those toe stops off, all of a sudden you're going, ah, that would be bad. Don't want to encourage that. Oh, I should put a big warning on this, that anything you do at home, I am not responsible or liable for. You're trying this at your own risk. I'm gonna make sure I add that. But just go ahead and practice. Use your toe stops for now until you gain confidence in your ability to balance on your skate and that you don't need those anymore. So that's what I want you to be working on, especially for those first-time skaters. If you're not a first-time skater, then of course that doesn't apply to you. This whole video might not apply to you. You might want to just skip it and wait till I come up with a video that actually applies to you. But this is a lot of fun for me to work on with you anyway, because it's a great refresher for someone like me who hasn't been on her roller skates in quite some time. Practice glide, practice rolling, practice walking, just get comfortable. The name of the game in this video is just get comfortable. I hope that you are enjoying this so far. I hope that you're not too intimidated. I hope that you will come away with a strong urge and desire and love of roller skating, and that you'll want to put those skates on and do this with me every morning. Get out there and practice. We can get healthy and fit together. We can learn a new skill together, and we can also look really cool while we're doing it, which is a big bonus. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here for today for our first video, all about just getting the skates on your feet. Practice walking, practice moving. Try shifting your balance, your weight. Get used to these babies. That is the most important thing. Put them on, practice this in your home. Use furniture around you to help you until you get that stability and balance. Skating outside is a great way to practice the rolling. Some of us don't have big homes. We can do this inside. But just take your time, get very comfortable with this step, and then come back and see me for my next video. All right. See you later.
Rolling wild through the midnight tower, dancing cat with electric power. Can't hold this spirit down, skating king, this restless town.
This is a slide You do a double hip bump, kind of makes it look a little more stylish, right? Woo! Bump, bump, bump. Okay, very first dance move brought to you. So that's called a slide walk. I hope you were able to follow along.